Think about a large project you've been meaning to complete. It may be a home renovation, garage organization, or a job or school assignment. Some ventures seem so overwhelming that it's better to put them off for as long as possible. Many people struggle to pay off debt because they also deal with their debt in this manner. They put off opening the mail, answering the phone, or making a plan for so long that when they finally sit down and assess their situation, they don't know where to begin. We want you to be empowered on how to invest and create wealth. Being financially literate generally enlightens us in various ways to support our money and generate more wealth. For the 22nd quarter in a row, American debt has increased. Household debt has reached $14.15 trillion in the fourth quarter of 2019, according to the New York Federal Reserve, and the total is currently $1.5 trillion higher in nominal terms than the previous $12.68 trillion sets in the third quarter of 2008. Home, auto, student loans, and credit cards are the primary debt industries in the United States, with most Americans in any form of debt. Take a deep breath when you're feeling overwhelmed. Debt helps us borrow time in exchange for cash to buy our first home, fund a company, or buy a family car. And it isn't all negative. Some people will run to pay off their debts, but the majority must take a longer path. Here are 10 tips for paying off your debts without losing your mind. Number 1. Budget for payments. When it comes to paying off debt, the most common mistake people make is not budgeting for monthly payments in the same way they do for utilities, food, and other essentials. Debt should be handled the same way as any other bill. It's due every month, and you'll be penalized if you don't pay it on time. If you want to contribute more against your mortgage, having the money set aside in your budget is a good idea. Using a zero-sum budgeting strategy is the simplest way to get started. This forces you to see every dollar you receive as a job. If you earn $2,000 a month, you must determine where each dollar goes. Examine your current budget to see if you have any money left over at the end of each month. Rework your budget if you don't have one. If you do, find out where those extra dollars go. Include interest payments in your budget because it means you've set aside money every month, and you may want to take it a step further by enrolling in automatic payments, so you don't miss a payment. Number 2. Look for a way to cut your expenses. Don't make any educated guesses. Examine your monthly bank statements to see how much money you invest per month. Ask yourself if this is a cost you can do without before making a purchase. Remember, you're not trying to save money for no reason. You're doing it to pay off your mortgage. It's an admirable target. You will have to make some temporary concessions, but you can bring costs in if you think they're worth it once you're debt-free. Number 3. Ask your creditors for a lower interest rate. Since more of your monthly payment goes towards interest charges, a high interest rate makes it more challenging to pay off your debt. Lowering your interest rates reduces your annual interest payments and helps you pay off your debt more quickly. You have more negotiating power with a lower interest rate if you have a decent credit card score and a good payment history. Consider changing your balance to a credit card with a lower interest rate if your credit card issuer won't budge. It's even more remarkable if you can take advantage of a 0% balance transfer discount. Number 4. Sell everything you no longer need. If you're looking for a fast way to make money, it may be a good idea to take inventory of your belongings first. Most of us have items in our homes that we seldom use and could do without if necessary. Why not sell anything you don't use and use the money to pay off your debts? A good old-fashioned yard sale is usually the cheapest and most straightforward way to unload your unwanted possessions for a profit if you live in a community that allows it. Otherwise, you might try a consignment store, one of the many online resellers, or a Facebook yard sale community to sell your products. Number 5. Drop expensive habits. If you're in debt and still come up short each month, examining your patterns may be the best thing you can do. Whatever the case may be, it's a good idea to regularly explore the little ways you spend money. That way, you can assess whether such transactions are worthwhile and devise strategies to reduce or eliminate them if they are not. If your costly habit is smoking or drinking, it's a simple matter of quitting. Tobacco and alcohol do nothing for you but get in the way of your long-term goals. If the pricey habit is somewhat less incendiary, such as a daily latte, cafe lunches during work hours, or fast food, the safest option is ideal to scale down and swap those activities with something less expensive. Number 6. Accelerate your payments. Having smaller installments more often pays off big time when it comes to paying off a mortgage. If you pay your mortgage in annual installments, you will pay more interest throughout the loan and will miss out on the opportunity to save money. Since time will pass regardless of how you make your mortgage payments, accelerating your costs is one of the simplest and least painful ways to pay your mortgage off faster. Depending on how much you get paid, you can change your monthly payments to semi-monthly, bi-weekly, or even weekly payments. You will save time and money by making this easy shift. Making more regular payments is another effective method for reducing credit card debt. The more you pay extra on your mortgage, even though it's just $20, the less likely you will spend it on anything you don't need or want. Find ways to make payments as much as possible if you're going to get out of debt. Number 7. Stop creating debt. If you keep adding to your mortgage, you'll never be able to get out of it. Put your credit cards in a drawer or even freeze them. Don't close the account, which will damage your credit score. Don't apply for any more loans until you're sure you won't be able to take on any more debt. The payments you have to make rise due to new debt, putting more pressure on your monthly income. It's impossible to do without credit cards because if you don't have any, and if you're adamant about staying out of debt, you'll have to figure out how to live on your paycheck. Number 8. Establish an emergency fund. Unexpected expenses are the reason you should work hard to build up your emergency fund. You are less likely to end up in more debt than you begin with if you have extra funds set aside. While certain unexpected costs can be predicted, most people do not consider them until it is too late. You don't need a big emergency fund, so putting funds aside in various savings accounts will help you get out of debt quicker and stay debt-free longer. Number 9. Considering a balance transfer. A balance transfer could be worth exploring if the credit card issuer won't budge on interest rates. You can get a 0% intro APR for up to 18 months with specific balance transfer deals, but you will have to pay a balance transfer charge for the privilege. If you have a credit card balance that you think you'll be able to pay off in that period, converting it to a card could save you the money on interest while also helping you pay off debt faster. Number 10. Take it one step at a time. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you look at your total debt, but keep in mind that you won't be able to pay it off all at once. Your debt repayment process would be more successful if you focus on one debt at a time. Keep track of your growth, congratulate yourself on your accomplishments, and keep chipping away at your debt until it's fully paid off. It's important to realize that there is a way out of debt, whether it's credit card debt, student loan debt, car loans, or some other debt. It won't happen overnight, but if you make a schedule and stick to it, you'll be debt-free in no time. All of these tactics will help you get out of debt quicker, no matter what your strategy is. And the sooner you are debt-free, the sooner you will begin enjoying the life you want. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.